Hey, hey.
Hello.
Hello, were you able to hear my intro?
No,
I think, yeah, I just realized there's an issue there. So I'll just kick that off again. So, hi everyone. This is Jay from ChainSafe Gaming. If you're unfamiliar with ChainSafe, we do protocol level research. We've recently helped Avalanche C Chain write their code, the Filecoin virtual machine, and we helped move Ethereum from proof of work to proof of stake. Most recently, we launched the Web3 Unity SDK version 2.6 that features a ton of different integrations and cool features like sample scenes that you can use in your games. We have our engineering team here, Sneaks and Nicola, who worked on the newest SDK, and we'll be going over those features, sharing their experiences and their experience in Web3. So, with that said, Nicola, if you'd like to give an introduction to yourself and how you started getting involved in Web3, and then Sneaks.
yes, thank you, Jay. Hi, everyone. My name is Nicola. I am engineering team lead at Chainsafe Gaming, and I'm super excited that we have finally released 2.6 a couple of days ago, and it got some pretty good release notes, to be honest. The biggest ones were actually, we'll talk about that later. Sneaks, please.
Thank you, Nicola. Hi, I'm Sneaks. I am a humble software engineer with ChainSafe. Yeah, super hyped about our new release. Codebase is amazing. About my Web3 journey, I started a long time ago in Overflow and just like hobbying as like game development here and there whenever I could. And I came across ChainSafe, and their SDK was still in its infancy stages back in the day, but with the amount of support and the help that I was offering to users with the SDK, I managed to land a job here. And yeah, it's been Gucci ever since. I've been having a great time. Yeah, super happy to welcome you all into the Web3 world, and love to see you guys making some cool things. I'll hand it back to Jay now.
Awesome to hear about your experience, Sneaks. I kind of have a similar experience where I was building games on my own. I worked with the ChainSafe SDK, and then about a year later, I found this open row, and I was like, "Hey, yeah, of course, I've used the SDK. I built stuff with it. I taught other people how to use it, so of course, it's no brainer." So, how are you doing, Nicola? And what was your experience getting into Web3 game development?
Well, actually, it's been quite rough, to be honest, because I was mostly Web2 game developer. I worked on pretty big games, Sonzo, World War One first-person shooter multiplayer, and I was also working on some educational games, and I did have some like small jobs with Web3 gaming. But then when I saw uh, ChainSafe's open position, I was like, this is my way into the Web3 gaming, and I never looked back ever since, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been awesome working with you both. And especially with this new SDK coming out, it's been super exciting. But I want to get back a little bit towards the basics. And there's something I feel that's fundamentally different with the SDK that we've been working on and with other people. And I want you to touch on what's the difference between open source and closed APIs, like some of the other SDKs out there. And why did we decide to go with an open source SDK?
Well, first of all, it's basically the philosophy of our company that we should make everything open source so that we can give out to community as much as possible. And the second good benefit of open sourcing is that community can get back to us with features or code that they want to integrate into our own SDK, which gives us actually an advantage to get like step ahead in the industry. And for example, I think we were amongst the first SDKs that are now actually offering fiat on off ramp support, which I think is quite groundbreaking, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been definitely interesting seeing different teams contributing. We recently participated in HackFS. We're seeing people build like these little modules that you can use with our SDK. So to me, that's fun because people come up with their own ideas, things that they want to implement that maybe we don't have right out of the box, but everyone has an opportunity to contribute. And it's been interesting to see that part of the game SDK develop.
Just to interject there, I think that's great as well. Seeing the community just build something, although they might not have like industry level experience, I can see what they're trying to build. I can see what they're trying to do, and I can just take little pieces and go, oh, okay, if you want this, let's build this, and we'll put that in there, and then 2 weeks later, bang, they've got a new feature. It's great.
Yeah, it's been super cool watching you do that too, because I know we're in Discord daily and I see you answering people's questions and you're like, hey, wait, I can write this like code snippet really quick, make this into a feature. And I think even one of our other game studios said it with Nicola too. Like, it was really cool. We ran into this problem. He built something on the fly in front of us in Zoom. And then like now it's part of the SDK. So that's been a really cool experience.
Yeah.
It's now going on to the next questions. What are you most excited about with this recent release? There's tons of little things here and there. I have my personal favorites, but let's hear Sneaks first. What was your favorite and most exciting part about this release?
I want to say the sample scripts, just the way that we cleaned that up and made that more just user friendly as well. Because I'm very big on just code being incredibly readable, incredibly easy to use. You know, users can come into our SDK and go, oh, how can I get the balance of a token? Oh, it's right here, sweet, and they just plug that in, and then from there, that's really like the start of their Web3 journey, because they have preset functions that they know that work. And yes, like, we are trying to teach people to go a bit deeper and, you know, get more advanced with it. But just for the beginner developer, they can come in, see a function that works, and they can begin their learning journey from there. So yeah, just making things more accessible, I guess, would be my favorite part.
That's definitely been helpful for me. I'm not the best coder, but at least I can look at the sample scripts, you know, copy and paste it, tweak it a little bit with my own smart contracts and interact with it. So that's been super helpful. And to add on to there, what I was most excited about that we went back and forth a bunch of times on was kind of uploading IPFS data and allowing, you know, a user to upload their content. We worked on that for like, I want to say at least a week or 2 weeks, going back and forth. For me, that's most exciting because that opens the door for user-generated content where people are playing a game. They can contribute their own skins, their own items potentially. So to me, that was my most exciting feature I was looking forward to.
It was really cool, like the back and forth we had as well, you know, through Slack and Discord of just like, okay, it's 5 a.m., let's push this through, here we go, this works, sweet, and you get that feeling of accomplishment. Like, oh, yes, all right. Yeah, really cool.
It's always a great feeling. Nicola, what was your most exciting feature in this SDK?
I can probably say Marketplace and Ramp. By far, those are my two favorites because because with Marketplace and user-generated content, you can do so much more with the game's economy, and that's really interesting. I saw a question: have you integrated a mod module into the SDK? No, we haven't, but that's something that we are like looking forward to integrating, and we'll definitely keep you updated on that. And
great question.
let me get back to my answer. The second feature was definitely ramp, because that gives our users like a lot of flexibility. If they don't have native token balance that's big enough for purchasing something, they can just pop up ramp, enter their credit card details, because everything is super secure there, and they're just they can immediately like continue their journey in the game without ever leaving the application. And I think that's a very, very valuable experience for the end user.
Plus, it's really good that we kind of bridge that gap between Web 2 and Web 3, which is what a lot of users have trouble comprehending. So just to be able to say like, okay, look, here's Web 3 functionality, here's ramp, here's a bridge. Again, just teaching people through their game development journey is really cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's super seamless with Ramp, so it's been a cool experience. And I did enjoy looking at the marketplace also. We recently had a team implement it for one of our hackathons. So that was cool also, working with them, see it happen and go live. I mean, they started on a Monday, and then within like a couple of hours, they had the marketplace up and running. So it seemed fairly seamless. We got great feedback from them. So that was a really cool experience.
Yeah, I can say that I'm proud of the team, that we're like really trying to make like the DevX super simple and super like convenient for them to basically use it.
Yeah, that's always like a big part of our PRs, is like, how is a developer going to see this? How are they going to interact with it? Are they going to break it? So it's really cool that we actually take the extra step and the extra time to make sure that that is perfect for our users.
Yeah, definitely. So now there's people who are going to run into issues, you know, developing their games, and even us, we kind of at times run into issues developing the SDK. So what would you say were the biggest challenges that you ran into with this recent release? We can start with Nicola.
To be honest, it was challenging to implement ramp because for me as a like seasoned game developer, it was interesting to actually make create native libraries for different platforms. There are still unfortunately some unsupported platforms like desktop, and that's something that we are going to solve soon. But mobile was pretty nice to work on, like to see how actually mobile and web are working under the hood and how we are making that connection. That was pretty interesting. And I would say for me that was kind of the biggest challenge.
That's interesting because from our side, we don't really see the challenges you're running into while you're developing the SDK. And I remember you had, both you and Sneaks worked on this for GDC. We had a live demo. We went through it. We showed people an example, and it seems seamless. It was put together maybe in a month or two. It looked great. So I'm surprised that was your biggest challenge, actually.
Yep.
And Sneaks, what do you think?
So from this release, I would say Marketplace. The Marketplace calls were an absolute the bane of my existence for a few weeks there was dealing with Marketplace calls because I was dealing with APIs and work from different departments, which is fine, that's the job. But looking at APIs going, gotta convert that, that's a big number, okay. Just getting through that and making sure that that is all uniform and again, readable, easy to understand, that was my biggest challenge. But, it works, it's beautiful, it's great. With big challenge comes great accomplishments.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting going back and forth on that. I know I asked you for a ton of different explanations about like what works, what can I break here, so I definitely see that as being a big challenge. But ultimately you overcame and we have a great SDK that's out. So next I want to go into integrations, third-party integrations. Someone asked about Mud. We didn't integrate Mud yet, but we did integrate, as to mention here, Hyperplay and Ramp. So if you want to kind of briefly go over this, what is Hyperplay, what is Ramp, and why did we decide to integrate them?
Can I share the screen now? Okay, so Hyperplay is basically a launcher, and we made a partnership with them so that their users can easily also use our SDK to seamlessly sign to Hyperplay's launcher. And let me just quickly show you how that looks like. Basically, you have a Hyperplay login because we have a lot of login providers. We have Web3 Auth, we have MetaMask for WebGL, and we have Wallet Connect for everything other than WebGL. So there's like 4 providers. And now if you want to log in with Hyperplay, you just click that button and then your MetaMask wallet pops up here. You click sign and you're signed in. And now you can do everything from within our SDK, easy peasy. And in regards to the ramp, basically what you will get as a user is this. So you're going to get this ramp pop-up. Instead of ramp, it's going to say chain safe. And you're going to just say, do you want to buy, do you want to sell, how much do you want to buy or sell, in what currency. There's a lot of cryptocurrencies here, and of course there is even like Serbian dinar, and I think a lot of countries are also covered here, so that's also pretty exciting. But yeah, that's basically how the experience for ramp is going to look like and the experience for Hyperplay.
And just to touch on MUD integration, we do have an issue that's opened up in the last few days, which is just beginning. So soon, hopefully, I don't want to jump the gun, but I want to say that it is being looked at.
Awesome. Glad to hear that you're looking into it. And for Hyperplay, if you're not familiar, it's a store browser. So if you're a game studio and you need to expose your game to different players, it's a great platform for you to launch on. We're working more closely with them. We integrated their wallet and we have some other features that are upcoming. So stay tuned with those updates. And with Ramp, of course, if you ever try to get your currencies into a game, you know it's a bit of a headache. You're going onto an exchange, you're purchasing it, you're sending it over to, let's say, the Ethereum network. Then if you want to play a game that's like Polygon or BNB, then you also have to kind of, well, not BNB, but Polygon, you have to bridge your assets over, right? And then once you want to get your money out of those systems, sometimes it takes a couple of days for it to settle. So it's a huge headache getting into the system and getting out. With Ramp, you can purchase directly in your video game and get started right away, purchase your NFT, purchase your assets. So those are the major reasons why we decided to integrate them, to make the onboarding experience seamless, and also to give game developers better distribution platforms.
You know, we're also moving towards sort of like an autonomous sort of Web3 world where it's, you know, we're allowing you to bridge your assets in without waiting. We're allowing games like more simplicity, more configuration options as well. It's going to be really cool, like the things that we're working on and building. It's nice to see that we're moving in the right direction.
Maybe I can even disclose that we are also closely working with Sigma team, that we are potentially going to make a cross-chain interaction soon. It's going to be pretty exciting.
It's super interesting because when I think about like the features we want to talk about, what's upcoming, what's exciting, it's tricky because I'm not sure what we can talk about sometimes. But then I also look on GitHub, and of course, since our SDK is open source, you can see some of the issues that people are opening up, what people are talking about. So that's always an interesting way to approach it. If you want to see what we're working on, you could always look at our GitHub, see what we're talking about in our issues.
Exactly.
I'm biting my tongue so hard. There's so many things that I want to let slip, but ooh, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, the smart developer watches the repo and watches the issues as we progress.
So now I feel like we should leave some Easter eggs somewhere there, maybe a link or something. Like if you're reading this, click this, and maybe you'll get a pull off or something.
Cool.
Well, cool. So we spoke about like Hyperplay, about Ramp. Let's go on to our next question, which is, what is the process for like a third party to kick off an integration, and who can really integrate to our SDK? Let's start with Sneaks.
Anyone can integrate into our SDK, really. Process for integrating, I guess. Just making some sort of sample at the start is the best way to do it. We do have community PR contributions. So if you have worked with the code base and you know how we're merging PRs, we do have a template set up as well that can walk you through it. But you just make a submission there, and if we find the submission valuable, which most of the time they are, we try our best to work it into a feature. Yeah, that's the cool thing about being open source, is that, you know, everyone can contribute, everyone can make a great code base.
For some reason, my like mute button, it kind of doesn't give me indication sometimes that it's unmuted. So sorry for that. But yeah, it sounds like go to the GitHub. We have a template. You can create an issue there, and we can start on the integration. Nicola, what is the process on your side once you pick that issue up? The integration look like?
Well, I would say I would go back to how other people can actually integrate SDK. I would say if you need to integrate some of your features, please don't hesitate to contact us on Discord to ask for help on the gaming help channel, because I really think that it's super easy for anybody to pick up our SDK and integrate their own set of features for their company. And we also have, I think, a video on YouTube, I'm not sure, about how you can extend our SDK. So that's something that if you are watching and want to like contribute to our SDK by integrating something of your own, you should definitely look at.
Yeah, so if you are interested, we do have docs. I can link the docs after the stream in each one of the channels. So we have docs. We also gave a workshop for HackFS where we went over how to create your own package and how to get it working with our Web3 Unity SDK. I can link that video as well in the comments.
So yeah, next, as Nicholas said, Discord help is a great way as well. Like if you're just getting started, if it's like a big sort of company integration thing, we have to go through the proper channels. you have to go through product department and all of that. But if it's just like a feature that you're trying to get in for something that you need to work specifically, just ping us in Discord. And I take it as like a personal sort of thing that I have to. If someone has a problem and it's broken, I get really hyper focused on it. I got to help them through this. I got to do this, and I spend hours. So yeah, we will help you.
Yeah, definitely. If you have any ideas, any integrations, and you post about it on Discord, believe it or not, Sneaks is in like opposite time zone as me. Right now it's like 10 a.m. in the morning. It's probably like 11 p.m. over there. But Sneaks is always on it. It's absolutely absurd.
Yeah, it's the down under Australian sun keeps you awake.
So thanks, I appreciate that, and I'm excited to see people hop in, contribute their own codes and try to extend our SDK. So next, what's on the roadmap for the next release? What are you most excited about that's upcoming? Let's start with Sneaks.
Yes, I've been waiting for this. Oh my god, yes. Web3 Auth wallet. It is going to be the coolest thing out. So right now we have Web3 Auth, right, where it just handles transactions in the background. We have a little wallet that pops up and shows you everything. I can probably show you if you wanted to. Is that something?
Sure, we can do an exclusive sneak peek here.
A sneak peek? All right, give me 1 second. Let me just go to the branch.
I feel like now we need to make like a slide or something for that, like the segments. It just pops up randomly, sneak peeks.
Sneaks, cut me in, sneak peeks. Okay, where are we? How do I share my screen here? Like this?
It should be at the bottom. You should have like a share screen icon.
Yep, got it. Give us the alpha.
You can download it as soon, like on Monday, maybe from our dev branch easily.
Yeah, it's just going through QR right now. Okay, so we have our sample login Web3 auth. You can see my screen, right?
Yep, everyone can see your screen.
Beautiful. Okay, so we have our normal Web3 auth login scene. If you press the login logic object on the left here, we have a new sort of options area, configuration area. These will all make sense in a while, but essentially you can change the icon, the logo, the font, all the colors of the wallet that you want, and there's a bunch of configuration things here that you'll see shortly. But let's just have a look real quick.
This is a bit risky.
Risky how?
I mean, doing any live kind of demo or try to run code while you're on the stream.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
For sure. Hang on, it is just waiting to confirm. Why are you not doing it? I think that might be like, yep, I know, I got it, cool. I was in the wrong profile.
We'll ask you always to continue or something like that. That always like messes me up.
Yeah, so when you log into Web3 Auth, you get a prompt on the side that asks you to log in. You just have to press that. So once you log in, you'll be presented with a little pop-up thing here, little wallet icon, which is pretty cool. Press that. Boom, we have a wallet. So essentially, this is your wallet address. You can copy that if you want to. If you want to add custom tokens, you can. So for example, if we go to, if I just grab a random token address, give me 2 seconds.
Let me just address why are we actually doing this. Mostly because of the fact that Web3 Auth wallet is custodial, so you don't have any ownership of it because it's under Web3 Auth's custody, obviously. And basically, signing is not possible. Not possible, but it's been done silently through our SDK. And with this, you are getting full transparency and getting full control of your wallet through our SDK. So I think that's pretty awesome. If you don't want to, you can always opt out from that and not ever use that, which I think is good because giving people options is always nice.
Yeah, but you can add a token in here. It will go through, add the token here, and it'll pop up here if you have the token balances. It gives you your native token balance here. This pulls dynamically from your server settings. So whatever you have set in here as your IPC provider, there's also a block explorer URL, which automatically gets populated, which is cool for transactions, which you'll see in a second. But this will automatically change to whatever your native thing is. You can transfer tokens. If you have a custom token, it'll show up here, which is again, just wallet address amount. But the cool thing is, we have auto-confirm transactions, right? So how Web3 auth would work usually is you'd make a write call. And it would automatically go through. It should. That's, yep, cool. Oh my God.
Demo.
There it is. No, it's cool. It's cool. We're good. Okay. If you have auto-confirm transactions on, it will automatically go through as Web3 auth usually does. But if you have it turned off, you get a prompt like you would in MetaMask. So you can sign the data request here, and it will put it through here. And again, if you have, say, another one, for example, again, bang, puts it through here, gives you a hash, and you can even press this little thing, and it will take you straight to the block explorer URL, which again is pulled dynamically, which is pretty cool. We also have a private key section here, which again, if you hold this down, similar to MetaMask, you get a little load thing, and once that hits the top, you will open up and you'll get your private key. So you can then use this if you want to, say if you had games that were tying your wallets to your social login and you wanted to, for whatever reason, pull this wallet out, you can literally just take that key and drop it straight into MetaMask, and it will import exactly like a normal EVM wallet. You can access it and you can, do things that way. But this is just a cool way to just ease the process of new people getting into the SDK or getting into Web3 because they might not know what a wallet is or, how to load tokens onto it. You can pretty much just give them this. They already have their wallet sorted out. All they need to do is go to a faucet and plug their wallet address in to get some testnet tokens if they want, or if they're on, if your game is on mainnet and you're teaching people how to use that, you just write a little quick, like put tokens into your wallet, and then they don't have to worry about anything else. It all just works, which is pretty cool. In terms of configuration options, so you see I have this icon here, and you have this logo. So if I wanted to come back here, say if I wanted to change like all the colors, example, primary background color, let's make it like a pink, make the menus blue, we'll make the text green just because we can. Secondary text can be, I don't know, gray. Borders yellow for fun. We can even change the logo if we wanted to, but I'm just going to leave that there for now because it's fine. I don't want to open up my image browser midstream. Not that there's anything nefarious in there, it's just I don't trust my PC. Give me 1 second.
So always great engineering, but design, let's see how these colors come out.
Oh yeah, no, they're gonna look horrible. Creating core instance. Log it in. Sorry, it just takes a second for the prompt to come up on the side. See? We can literally change all the colors to whatever you want. So it opens up a great deal of customization, really. So, you don't have to go with the default look. You can also hide this if you wanted to, and you can just have it triggering with Shift Tab. So, and we can also make it automatically pop up. So right now, when you have a transaction coming through, you get a little notification here. But if you wanted to, you can completely hide this icon. You can make the wallet pop up, or you can make it not pop up and just have it run normally. So yeah, cool little rundown of what's to come.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited about it. And I know from, looking at different issues that people are running into the Discord, we had a few people ask, like, how do I access the wallet address? How do I access my private key? So we're actively listening to what everyone's posting about. We have a document that we add to with all of your comments every single week. We prioritize that, and that kind of helps us figure out what the next thing is to build. So we've definitely been hearing you out, and that's exactly why Sneaks has been working on this Web3 auth wallet. So soon to come, stay tuned for that.
Yo.
And Nicola, what's on the roadmap that you're most excited about?
Definitely the thing that Sneaks showed, like Web3 Auth Wallet is by far one of the biggest things that we are working on, and definitely cooperation with Sigma team, because that's like going to help a lot for cross-chain interoperability, and I'm looking forward for that to happen.
It's really cool as well, just to see like just the effort that we put in. Like when you don't see that, like the community doesn't see what they do, see the effort from us typing and talking, but like they don't know that we're up until like 4 or 5 in the morning most days, just pinging each other back and forth. Like, why doesn't this work? Why is this broken? Can you test this? There's so much that goes into making a perfect product, but we're really happy that the community receives it well, and we're just happy to see you guys make great things with it too.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. We are up at all like crazy hours, but it's definitely been a pleasure to work with both of you because it's never like anything concerning or pressure. It's always like we're kind of having fun testing this and like, oh, I figured this out, you know? So it's been a great journey.
I like that most of
100%.
the solutions to the problems I find out at weirdest times, like brushing the teeth. Oh my God, this is the solution.
They've got that meme of like the coder lying down in bed and you just sit up. That's what coding is. That's what programming is.
Nice. So if anyone wants to like stay in touch with you guys, see what we're doing, what's the best way to find updates from you two personally to see what you're working on? Because I know even Nicola, you're like working on side tutorials, teaching people how to do multiplayer gaming, tons of other stuff. So how can people stay in touch with you? You're muted.
I mean, the best way would be probably Discord and LinkedIn. Those are the two social networks that I'll probably mostly interact with. On Twitter, I'm not that active in game dev realm, to be honest. So LinkedIn and Discord are the way to go to contact me. So please don't hesitate. Should I leave it somewhere? Like,
I think we can post it in the comments after the chat, or you could actually post it in the chat right now. It should automatically publish to all the other platforms.
but there's only private chat. Is that where I'm supposed to put it?
You should be able to see the chat for the public. If not, then I can post it after. It's not a big deal.
Let's do it after then.
Okay, sounds good. And Sneaks?
Discord, of course. I live there. It is my realm. I thrive in Discord. Just to show you an example here. Look at this. Like, hang on. Can you see my other screen? That's my third screen here. It's Discord. It's always there, constantly. And like whenever people send me messages, I'm always into like whilst they're typing, I reply like, yes, what? And they're like, how do you do that? Because I have a screen here and my peripherals just get set off. So yeah, just ping me in Discord if you ever stuck. I'm usually always on. If not, I'm not far behind. Or Jay is there to support as well. Jay's actually, it's been really cool seeing your progress as well. It's getting real smart with programming. I like it.
Thanks. There's still a lot to learn, but it's definitely easier working with you. I can always, ping you on the side, and it makes a lot of sense why you're always on it, because there's been times where I'm like typing a message on Slack to Sneaks, like, hey, I need help with this. Before I finish my message, he's like, hey, what's up? I see like you're about to like say something. So yeah, it's been awesome working with you.
No, it's good fun, man. We have a good time here in the company. It's a good company to work for. We produce good code, good products, good friendships.
Cool. Well, if you have any questions, if you're working on an extension, or if you just want to check out our SDK, hop into our Discord. As Sneaks mentioned, we're always there. We're always down to help you, or to just kind of brainstorm some ideas. Sometimes I'll post things about like music and games or random things I see kind of trending online. So we're always down to talk about Web3 gaming. And if you have any projects you're working on, share it with us. We'll help you work through your code, and hopefully we all make a great game together. All right, so
That's what it's all about, baby.
Thank you all. I'll share some information on how you can follow up with us. And I want to thank Sneaks and Nicola for coming on with us today and sharing our updates for our SDK.
Thank you for having us. It's been really fun.
Pleasure.
All right. Thank you all. I'll see you later.
Cheers.